Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the G.I. Joe Classified series Airborne. Now, this one is pretty crazy because I have a childhood, I love Airborne. He was one of the cool guys that I was able to get as a kid in G.I. Joe. And it was really cool because in the cartoon, he was also voiced by Optimus Prime. Double plus. But what's cool about Airborne is I have childhood memories with one of my best friends, Shamel, and we would throw G.I. Joes out of the window with homemade parachutes that we would make as we would take turns, as one of us would be there to catch it, and then we rotate by one of us going all the way back up and throwing it back down. And those are solid, good memories, man. Like, I really cherish those days, thinking back. Those were like innocent fun of experimentation and figuring out science. It was like a science, experiment. Because you're like, what materials can we use to make a parachute that would save this guy relative to his weight? Because when we first did it, mans would just fall and go splat, and that's not good. We all know. But eventually we got there. So here we are with Airborne, and it's what, almost 30 years later, and it's really, really cool to see him done as a classified. I'm really feeling it. I do love the blue on top of the beige color with the hints of green, considering he is a skydiver as well as a helicopter pilot and assault trooper. He's a triple threat, man, and I love the way he looks. The sculpt that they did for him is really fantastic, especially because he is still native. So I love that they made the look really work but modernized it. You know, he has that strong movie jaw vibe. So here we are with our doing splits already. Here we are with our articulation. My arms are still tight and the wind is winding today. As you can see, we still have our butterfly joint. We have a bicep swivel, and we have this clean, seamless look of the pinless look. We have our little, the little jumpsuit mechanic. I love that this is like etched in, as well as here we have our design. And I love that the harness is built into this and it doesn't get in the way as well. We have our drop down legs, which doesn't hinder with these on. We can lift up, and you can see they'll bunch up, but it won't be a crazy issue as well. Our legs go all the way up. We have thigh swivel as well. We have a beautiful double joint, which is super duper tight on my end. We have some top of the boot swivel. And we have that super generous ankle pivot that we all know and love. Now, I gotta say, man, this is a weird feeling to play with a Joe 30 years later, and you're like, you know, I still have that same love. And I think that's kind of where the fun is in this, man, for real. Like, it's really a spectacular time to be a collector as we enter this age where nostalgia kind of makes us feel safer. And it's cool to have that in this time. So toys should be fun and make you feel good, and we're definitely there, in my opinion. Now, as far as the ab crunch goes, I feel like his ab crunch isn't hindered. As you can see here, I'm bending it forward and backwards, and we can still get a tilt out of him. So that means that I think we finally got to a really nice point of balance with these figures. I'm gonna have them posed up like this. I actually really like this look right here. And then we're going to talk about his accessories, because I left some of them on and I didn't mean to. But here we are with accessories. We have our knife. So here we are with our knife. It's a sheath right in front, so you can reverse grip that. We have our handgun with a silencer. Now, it's cool because I finally figured it out, like, as far as carrying everything goes. They gave you a holster slot for your silencer. But the silencer, no, sorry, I keep calling it a silencer, and Paige is going to murder me for that. It is not a silencer, it's a suppressor. I learned that word. It's supposed to be called a suppressor, so I apologize. We actually get I believe this is a small submachine gun with a buttstock that's extended out. But the suppressor comes on this on this weapon with the removable magazine. And then you can have storage for it where your secondary is. That means you can put it on both your main weapon and your secondary. So it's cool to have that suppressor there. All right, so Paige, please don't murder me. I finally memorized it because you've been getting on my butt about it. We'll get our backpack. Now, the cool thing about the backpack is I see we have some water bottles, we have extra pouches, we have a shovel. Now, what's crazy is that I don't see a parachute here. So I'm going to attempt to make one. You'll see that in the photos, but I would have loved if they would have included like an extra parachute accessory, especially because he is a skydiver. And I'm not sure if this is the new Sky Patrol symbol, or if that is a symbol of rank. So I'm not sure. But what's really cool is in the cartoon, he was the co-pilot to Wild Bill. So I'm hoping that we actually get another version to go and pilot with him. You also get a pair of, these look like mine's, because these are different from the ones on the packaging. The one on the packaging was a slightly different color. I believe these are something like night vision goggles, but mine's are painted different, so I'm not sure what happened there. I'm definitely gonna double check into that. But you will get a pair that fit over his eyes as well. And these are the pair that fit over his helmet, which I'm about to show you, because we get a cool helmet. I love this helmet. It reminds me of the Valaverse helmets that we've been getting, so I think that's really cool, because Valaverse did really nice helmets like this, except this one is more like the aircraft version, like a guy who sits in a lot of planes, whereas the Valaverse stuff looks like actual like tactical helmets. So then you also get these, and I believe these are foreseen in different visible spectrums, whether it's night vision, heat vision, things like that. So you'll place these on top of the helmet and on the head. So let's do that. Let's get a quick look at him with it on. Like I said, I really like the look of this. Then you can also reverse it around, stick it up top. That tab in there is very soft, so please be careful when you're tabbing it in. But yeah, I like the look of this guy. Very nice, very nice. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna grab some Joes. I'm gonna grab some Cobra people. I'm gonna grab some Valaverse stuff. We're gonna do it up in a size comparison so you guys can enjoy the toys as much as I am. Hey guys, now we're on to the size comparison. First, let us do CoverGirl and Spirit. And the reason why I'm choosing these two is because Spirit and Airborne are both native, and I feel like they tried to honor that in the cartoon, so I want to try to honor that here. I think these guys look really good with each other, and I chose CoverGirl so we can knock out the size comparison with the ladies real fast as well. So there you have it, CoverGirl, Spirit, and Airborne. Like I said, we've come a long way. The different types of body types that come to make up the Joe stuff really do make a difference in the characters, and I love everything about that. Let's take these two away. Next up, I'm gonna do the retro carded Snake Eyes, right? Because he was in a mission with him. I think it was like issue 10 or 11. And then I'm also gonna do a HISS driver, or a HISS participant. I can't memorize which one this is. So as you can see, size-wise, these guys scale out differently. This guy is gigantic compared to the others. So it stands almost, it just looks good. Then we have Copperhead, who tends to be a lot taller. Like my Python Patrol Copperhead. Like he feels a lot taller and elongated. I don't know if it's the helmet or the body style of the boots or the combination of all three. So there you have it. Next up, we're gonna do a Mezco roadblock. And as we've established, the Mezco stuff size-wise is different because they're a lot smaller. Especially Roblox, he's like the regular size of a character, but he's a big buff dude, so it works in terms of making him look buff, but not in terms of height, right? Then we have Blowback from Valaverse, and I think this actually scales out really well. Like, he scales out well with the other two really well. He's just being a little too small, but you can see how a Mezco one would work out here. Next up, we're gonna do a Mafex and a Marvel Legends. So here's Marvel Legends Black Panther. So you can see how your other Hasbro stuff scales out. Then we have a Mafex Spider-Man, in case you want to do G.I. Joe and Marvel again. Remove these bad boys. Then we do a Jada Toys Ken. So we can do our classic toy line of G.I. Joe versus Street Fighter, which, yes, it was a thing when I was a little. That's how far we are, man. Used to get the little 2-packs. It used to be crazy. So here is Ken with Airborne. Next, we'll do a Kamen Rider because it's been a minute, you know? Let's add our boys back. And it's funny, too, because my Boost Mark II is going up with the Airborne review. So here we have it. And like I said, these guys are more upscaled now. So as you can see here, they actually size out a little better with domestic toys now. Last but not least, my main man, Ichigo. I forgot to put a Mythic Legions in this one. I don't have one nearby right now. But Last but not least, my main man, Ichigo. Even though we already did a Mezco comparison, Ichigo always has to make an appearance. It's like a guest star cameo. So, with all of that being said, I want to say thank you guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. Because like I said in previous videos, it seems like a lot of people are not enjoying their toys. And I hope that changes for you. I hope that you get to enjoy all the toys, you have satisfaction in them, and not just looking on your shelves, but actual play value. You know, have fun, guys. And I hope we all can get back to that and do it, because sometimes we forget, because life is rough, you know? The everyday struggle is real. So please, as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.